Tina Rappy, and right now at this time we are all living through the COVID-19 quarantine, and so I have a really sweet card to show you today. Can you see that? I'm smiling under this face mask, and then it opens up this way and there's something in there that's just adorable that I'll show you in a minute. But Stampin' Up! Has come up with a PDF digital download that they call Share Sunshine, and it is a 15-page document that has images and sentiments that tie into the quarantine. So I'm going to show you here just briefly the 15 pages of things. So it's in black and white and color. So you just print it off on cardstock. So here's what I used here. Print it off on cardstock, can cut it out. And you can either punch them out, you can cut them with dies, you can fussy cut them, but there's just a lot of really cute and appropriate, some very sentimental, some funny. One of them, I don't know if you saw it there in the beginning, but I'd share my toilet paper with you. So things about staying safe and sharing hugs and can't wait until we can hug again. But anyway, this digital download called Share Sunshine is available. It's $12. And let me show you one other card. In case you missed my blog post the other day, here's another one that I did with it. And then there's the inside. So let's move over to the stamp table. We're going to do a little punch art and create this adorable little card. So let's go. Okay, so here is the card again, and you're going to find that on page 2 of the Share Sunshine PDF. All right, and so all that I did is I took this piece, I cut it in half, and then I used the rectangle dies, and I used this one here, right over it and ran it through the die cutting machine. And so then we end up with this. So with this card base, let me show you how that is cut here first of all. So I'll get my paper trimmer out, and I have the gray granite cardstock. It is 4 1/4 by 11. And so first of all, I'm going to put it in right at 5 1/2, and I am going to score it. Okay, so right now we have it so that it will fold like this. Then I'm going to take the cutting blade without moving it, and I am going to bring it down to 2 inches. Okay, so right here, this little notch is on the 2-inch mark. And I'm not going to go any further. Okay, so let me pull this out and show you what we have. So right now we have this. Next, I'm going to put this in here, and I'm going to line this up at 2 1/4. And I'm going to bring the cutting blade up, and I'm going to cut it right to this score line. And that intersects, let me scooch this over a little bit, this intersects with where I have just previously done that cut. So when I pull it out here, this is no longer there, and we have this. Okay, so then next I am going to use the, whoops, let me grab it here, the Eyelet Lace embossing folder. This is one that is retiring. I'm going to put that front flap in there just up to this score line and run that through the die cutting embossing machine. So let's get that. Okay, so then we end up with this. All right, so for the card itself, I'm going to fold it in half. And there we go. Then we're going to, with this that we've die cut, I am using some of the white crinkle seam binding. And we're going to, on the back side, put some snail. And then we're going to cut a couple pieces of that ribbon. And actually, I want this a little bit more. Okay. So we're securing that down. I did about that much, so I've got extra length here. That's okay. And then we'll get this other piece. And secure that down. So this then becomes the mask, and these are the ear loops. This is going to get mounted on here a little bit crooked like that. Okay, purposely have it on an angle just because I think it looks cuter that way. Now, I'm going to put this under here just so that you can see it right now. I don't want it on straight. I want it at a little bit of an angle. So when we put the dimensionals on here, we want to be mindful of that in this spot here. So in this spot right here, I don't want the dimensionals right on the corner, but on the other corners we can. And we're going to put 2 more there. All right, let's get these peeled off. And we'll kink it up a little. Okay, so now the front of this is done. We're going to go ahead on the inside and I'm going to secure this down. And I chose the petal pink because to me it's the closest to a flesh tone that we have. Then I have another piece of the petal pink that's going to go in here because my thoughts are with the face on here and the smile here, there's not much room to write, and so this would be where you do your writing. So that'll go here. And again, all measurements and product will be listed on my blog, and that is stampinstudio.com. All right, so now we're ready to go ahead and do the rest of it. So I just have a scrap of basic black and the Tulip Builder punch, and we're actually going to use this part here, and this is what's going to make the eyebrows. So punch 2 of those. And then we're going to use the 1/2" punch. Punch 2 of these. This will be for the pupils. Oops, I dropped one. Let me grab another here. There we go. And then we're using the 1" punch, and that will be for the whites of the eyes. Both of these circle punches are going to be retiring as well. So these are things you're gonna want to get your hands on. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll do the eyes first. So on the back of each of the black ones, we're going to put a dimensional. And put those on. And I didn't like the way it looked right in the middle. To me, it looked like Cookie Monster. So as I played around with it, I like it best if you just put them on one of the edges, and you don't have to decide exactly where it's going to be right now at this point. Okay, so here for the eyebrows, if we use them the way they punched out, it would be like this, okay? Like this. So we put 1 on, and that's fine. But if we do the other the same, now you've got 2 goofy eyebrows, so flip 1 over, okay? And then we have this. So these are going to get attached with dimensionals. Get the backings off both of them here first. And okay, so I have it about like that. And then for the eyes themselves, they're going to go flat because we've got the pupils already popped up. So now I don't know if you've noticed, but with these just like this, to me it looks like a mustache. So you could also, on the inside here, if you wanted this to be a guy, you know, you could stick a little mustache in here. You'd have to do some little tweaking, maybe put a nose in there and that, but yep, so that's an option. Okay, and here I want my little person here to be kind of looking up and off. Now, you don't want to have the eyeballs going two different ways because eyes don't do that, but by placing it this way, so they're both kind of on the, like the 1 or the 2 o'clock position on a clock. And then to really bring it to life, we want to put some little specks in his eyes. So I have the white craft ink pad and a blender pen, and I am just going to touch this right on the ink, and then we're going to give a little fleck, a little bit more. Okay, we'll do that on each, and this would be where the light reflects. Okay, you see how that just really brought it to life just by adding that. Now we're going to open it up and get his face in there, or her face, or whomever. And so I'm using one of the journaling pens. This again is another product that is on the retired list. And so what you're going to do is you're just going to do 2 little kind of curvy lines here. Okay, and then just draw a big smile. That's all there is to it. And you know what, as I'm looking at it now, I think I want to put a nose on here. So let me grab, I'm going to go back to the petal pink and the 1/2 inch punch. Yes, we're going to put a nose in there. I like that better. Put a dimensional on it. There we go. There. All right, so there we have it. I'm smiling under this mask, and then there it is. And then you can put your sentiment over here. So I hope you're inspired today to do some stamping. And if you want to make sure that you don't miss any of my projects, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button in red below. If you click subscribe, you will be notified of every time I put a video on here. And also, if you're wanting any of the products here that are going to be retiring, or any of the others, please pop over to my store, and that is stampinstudio.com. So thanks for taking a little bit of time out of your day to spend with me in my Stampin' Studio. So until we meet again, enjoy life, stamp something, and eat chocolate. Bye-bye.